Welcome back. Get up and get better.
Get better. Go get it.
How are you all doing, everyone, today? Thank you for tuning in once again. I really appreciated all the comments, and I actually got some really cool feedback that I'm going to talk about later in the show, but I got some really motivational videos that I've loved for years, and I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, what should I talk about today? And right when I woke up this morning, I made my bed. And I wasn't going to do it, but I was feeling a little kind of lazy, and I said, you know what? I need to make my bed. Because ever since I was in college, I saw a video in college, and it was a commencement address, and in this address, it was about making your bed, and how if you don't make your bed, then your day is going to start off on an awful start, and you always can remember, at least you did one positive thing to start your day, and that was make your bed. This address was given by Admiral McRaven at the University of Texas at Austin, class of 2014, and I'm going to play it, and ever since I saw this video, it changed my life.
Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors, who at the time were all Vietnam veterans, would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillow centered just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made.
So I love that speech, that message, and I think it's really important, especially today. I think in the age of social media and just the world as it is today, people focus on instant gratification and want big things right away, and they want it fast. But you need to focus on the little things. You need to accept that the little things are what get you to big things, and that's when you achieve what you want to achieve. And making your bed may seem so small, but you know, ever since I saw this video, and I made my bed every single morning, first thing when I get up, and it really does make you feel better because you accomplish something so small. But if you don't focus on the small things, you can never expect to be given the responsibility to achieve big things, because the small things never mattered to you. Now, I got this commencement address sent to me a couple weeks ago by my sister. Her boyfriend sent it to her, and then she sent it to me. And this is Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors in history. And this commencement address is so powerful. I actually ran to it. I was running, and we'll talk about it after, but this is absolutely tremendous. I'm going to focus on my two favorite parts.
In deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward.
Fall forward. I actually never really even thought of that concept before. You know, I'm not a guy who believes in fallback plans. I only believe in plan A. And the way he phrased this, don't fall back, fall forward, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect, because saying that you're going to fall back is saying that you're okay taking a step back. taking a step back away from where you want to be. When you fall forward, you're changing the direction. You're changing the way you're doing things, but you're still moving forward. No way, if you ever fall back on anything, you're going to move forward. Two opposite directions. When you fall forward, you're a step closer. When you fall back, you're a step further away. I absolutely love that. And then this is extremely powerful.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. So imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted.
To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. I think that's just absolutely unbelievable. I think that it's just so true. If you do things the same way, you'll never, ever achieve something new. I'm gonna continue this. This is great.
The ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together.
I think that is so true. And, I always say, I'm not afraid of anything except not being able to provide for my family and not achieving my dreams. If my day ends and that's the last day I'm given on earth, okay. But if I didn't go after what I wanted, if I have to face myself and have these ghosts, as he calls them, around my deathbed, and knowing I didn't even try, that scares me beyond belief, and that keeps me up at night. What keeps me up at night is, how am I going to achieve what I want to achieve? I am scared to death that my outcome isn't what I want it to be, what I plan it to be, and what I'm determined to make it. And, a lot of people on their deathbed have a lot of worries, but mine will be, did I achieve anything? Do I have any ghosts around me of my unfulfilled potential? Because when you're on earth, you might as well make the most of it. You might as well give it everything you got every day and access every aspect of your potential. And like he says, to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. And if that is making your bed every morning, if that is taking a shot, I don't care what it is. If you want to work for someone, you go out there and figure it out. You want more money in your pocket, you go and make more money somehow, some way. You want to ask that person out, go do it. It doesn't matter. All of this applies to whatever you want to do, whatever is keeping you up at night. And like I said, what keeps me up at night is that idea that I didn't achieve it, and that scares the living hell out of me. That scares me half to death. It really does. And I know some people out there, their biggest fear is the fear of being average. And I relate to that. And average doesn't mean money or stature. It means giving it everything you got versus being okay with where you are and not wanting to be better. And now, I'm going to talk a little bit about why someone reached out and said, talk a little bit more about your story so people get a little bit more understanding of why I'm so into motivation. So I'm going to stand up. I got my Get Better jersey on, and on the back, I got my Mr. Get Better. So the number on the back is 28, as in February 28th. And I changed it up again a little bit today. Creed. I got Creed behind me. That movie changed my life. I saw Creed in theaters. I could not wait when I found they were making it. It's part of the Rocky franchise, of course. And I saw it. I loved it. I loved it so much. I saw it again. I loved it so much more. I saw it again. And I saw it the first time with my dad. We both loved it. And the story was so beautiful because it showed Rocky facing being truly alone, battling an illness, and still figuring it out. He's not done yet. He will figure it out. And it just shows that no matter what stage you are in your life, you got to figure it out. And for me, it all boiled down to one weekend, the weekend of February 28th. Stallone has never won an Oscar for acting. He finally got nominated. He won the Golden Globe. And I was just so excited for my hero to achieve something that he wanted so badly, that he deserved. And, a couple things happened that weekend. A family member of mine, who I give him credit to this day, told me I was looking really heavy, and he never said anything like that before. And I was like, wow, I was just feeling down on myself. Someone told me that the idea of dating me would be disgusting. That really did not make me happy either. And then number 3, Stallone lost for Best Supporting Actor in Creed as Rocky Balboa, and that set me off. That made me feel like, what does this all mean if people who deserve something don't get it? So I went back to my room and I started watching over and over and over again Rocky run up the steps. Over and over again. And I remember bringing tears to my eyes because I said, no one is going to give me a shot. No one is going to make me feel worth it unless I start making myself feel like I'm valuable, like I am worth it. And no one's going to be telling me anymore that I'm disgusting, or no one's going to not give me something that I deserve. I'm going to go earn it. And the inspiration from Rocky, he earned it. He might have not won that award, but he earned that he was the best, he is the best, and he changed millions of lives. And I wanted that drive that he has, Sylvester Stallone and Rocky Balboa, and apply it to my own life. So I woke up the next morning, I changed my diet completely. Anything I loved, I stopped eating. Then my workout habits went from virtually nothing to so extreme that I was finding myself working out 4 or 5 hours a day. And I had a staircase at my college that were basically the same length, longer than the Rocky steps, but they were like the Rocky steps, and I ran them on an endless loop. And I'm going to talk more in detail as the show goes on about specific things that changed my life. But that night, February 28th, when Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone, did not win the Oscar, that was the driving force on top of me not feeling worth it. I was going to prove to anyone who had rejected me, that had told me I wasn't worth it for a job, that any of it, I was going to change it. And it was up to me alone to change it. And I couldn't rely on a single person to change it but myself. And I started just saying to myself, where did get better come from? Not good enough, get better. I said that to myself randomly, and I just started saying it over and over. It would be put in my social media stories, things like that. Not good enough, get better. And that's why I call myself Mr. Get Better, because I constantly don't think I'm good enough and I can get better. Just like I hope you all feel like you can be better, because you can. And if you ever feel like you're not worth it and you're not valued, reach out to me. We'll talk, because you are. You can be whatever you want to be. Whatever it is that you want to be, I believe in you. And like I say, you only need one person to believe in you. If you have a drive, if you are determined, I believe in you. Go get better.